Alright, this video is for these old turtles of mine. And by these old turtles of mine, I mean those people over the age of 30 and are looking to switch into IT or CS or technology. Sorry if that offended anyone over the age of 30. I didn't mean to call you a turtle, truly. Alright, I got rid of the turtles, but I didn't get rid of you. So make sure to triple click that like button for the YouTube algorithm, as these turtles are gone and they need your help. And I'm going to help you by telling you what steps you can take to maybe switch into the IT field, CS, computer science field, or technology field. And there's many different avenues to get into there, to get into these fields, but you just have to know the right way to do it. And a lot of people will try to sell you, oh, there's only one right way, but there's many right ways to do it. And I'll give you some hints in this video. Alright, before I tell you some ways of how you can get into these kind of fields, I want to explain why you have to do it for the right reasons. Because if you're not doing it for the right reasons, then it's not going to be worth it in the end, no matter how much money you might be making. Well, maybe not no matter, but you know what I mean. So if you're doing it for the love of technology, you'll be motivated to not only succeed, but you're going to be motivated to learn more and to continue to learn as the technology progresses. Because as you get older, the technology gets older, and people are going to get newer technologies out there. And it's kind of similar to the idea, you're never going to be the best at something, because there's always going to be some person in the world that's going to be better than you at it. And the only thing you can really do is become the best that you can be. And I mean, it's most likely that you can't become the best. I don't want to say you can't become the best, but it's going to be hard. And if you're doing it for the love of money, that motivation might not be enough. You'll come to a point where you'll hit a wall, and that motivation will not be enough to get over that wall. And if you are over the age of 30, you have something that people that are under the age of 30 do not have. And that is kind of communication skills, really. Because when you think of the people that are just out of college, ripe and ready to do whatever corporate tells them to do, they might just try to kind of find the best way to solve the problem, not really caring about other people's opinions or thoughts. They'll just try to brute force solve the problem, and it might have impacts on other people. So that's why some people might choose to hire some people who are older than that and already have some experience, even though it might not be in IT, computer science, or technology under their belts. So you'll likely have better communication skills and be more reliable, because you're not you're not trying to prove yourself. Well, I mean, I guess kind of you are trying to prove yourself, but you have proven yourself in other ways. So oftentimes people that are younger, they haven't proven themselves in any way. So that's why they want to be tend to be shy or cocky. And they want to be shy because they're nervous and trying to prove themselves, or they're trying to be cocky because they think they're better than everyone else. Like this junior developer or this junior person in IT thinks they're better than the people that have been there for 30 years. And people who are generally over the age of 30 tend to have decreased amount of cockiness. So that might help you as well. I was cocky as well when I came out of college. I mean, I'm still a little bit cocky, but I thought I could take on the world, but yeah, I can't take on the world. Well, I mean, I guess I can. Now, as much as I hate Udemy, it's honestly a good source of, I guess, information. And it's relatively cheap. I mean, they always say there's a sale every 5 hours or whatnot. Don't even trust that. New student deal, there's always a sale, no matter. So in whatever field you want to get into, IT, computer science, software engineering, some AWS stuff, so there's always going to be a course for it. And they're always $12.99. It's really cheap. And you just honestly search whatever you want to get into, and you'll find the course. Just pick the top one, really. I mean, I'm not sponsored or advertising any of this or any courses here. I don't have any courses here, but it's honestly one of the best ways to get started. And it won't get you a job immediately. But for example, you just search information technology, and maybe if you want to do that, you take this essentials course or beginner's guide, or honestly, I don't know. I haven't taken any of these courses, but I'm sure they might help. And they're really cheap, so it's not it's going to hurt you too much. Unless you don't have any money at all, in which case, I don't know. But computer science, you can search some of these courses, just get some basics coding here. Really? Wow, I'm surprised Golang is actually number 4 here. That's actually really interesting, considering that like I just made a video like on that Monday, like on how they have such a high salary, but it's number 4 here. So maybe it's because they have such a high salary. So many people are wanting to do it. But there's then AWS. It's a tool. There's also Azure for the cloud as well. There's Google as well. So there's many different cloud providers. I like AWS. You can do whatever cloud provider you like. And then maybe take developer associate, solutions architect associate. That will be very helpful. Or you can do something like take one of these software engineering courses. I just searched software engineering on Udemy, and these are honestly good courses. I mean, they're probably good courses. I don't want to like guarantee that they're good, but this site has good courses on it, and it's just up to you to find them here. Another step I would take is making a really solid LinkedIn page. And you might think, oh, not many people are going to be using LinkedIn if you're like a junior developer or whatever. But it can be a good tool to reach out to companies as well. And I guess showcase your skills, your projects you've worked on. And especially when you're just starting out, like, and you don't have any experience on your belt, your projects is really going to show you and define you. And I've seen like a lot of posts on Reddit, like everyone's like a cookie cutter, everyone has the same projects, and everyone has the same like skills. And honestly, that's not too bad. Like, you just have to find a way to like make yourself stand out when everyone has the same projects and skills. So I would recommend maybe having like 3 projects and skills under your belt, or sorry, 3 projects like related to whatever field you're trying to get in, whether it be IT, like computer science, software engineering, whatever. Have 3 projects, and then on your resume, and then kind of align them to LinkedIn as well. You want to have everything aligned so that the recruiter or whoever's trying to hire you knows that it's real. Also mention like what technologies you've worked on in the projects on your resume, and if you have a GitHub, make a GitHub. That'll be useful as well. Though people might not look at your GitHub like in detail, it might be useful to show that you've worked on stuff, and maybe link to it in your LinkedIn or your resume. And then maybe give in your resume as well like the final result of each of the projects. And maybe like if you have like a link to like you made a website or something, maybe even link to it as well. And then that'll show like something, that like the recruiter will say, oh, this looks like a really nice project, so that I can trust this person to work on like at my company. And if you can't get your desired job that you want at the end of the day, I would say just don't give up hope. There's always going to be jobs. You just have to want it more than the person you're competing against. And oftentimes it is a little bit of luck. Like sometimes they might see your resume first or another person's resume first, and there's just some bias in their head that the first one's always better or the last one's always better, something like that. There's always going to be a little bit of luck in it, but if you do it enough, like hundreds of resumes and applications, it increases your odds, I guess. So I would also say like a good portfolio is what will amaze the people and what will, at the end of the day, help you get your job. So focus on that above everything else, rather than like trying to focus on certifications or whatnot. Focus on your portfolio instead of that. And if you cannot get your desired role, software engineering job or tech job or IT job, you can always apply like to a QA, quality assurance, or like software test positions, because those are often easier to get to, though they might have like slightly less pay. They're going to be easier to get into, and it'll put food on the table, and really that's all that matters. Well, I mean, not all that matters, but it's a lot of what matters. So like I said, make sure you reach out to recruiters and firms, like maybe on LinkedIn, or maybe go to the website, like go to their website and like call them. And connections are key to getting a job. So for example, if you want a DevOps role, you might want to get these kind of skills like Linux, Docker, Git, Jenkins, cloud provider experience, like I mentioned, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, some programming experience, Bash or PowerShell experience. Those are all very useful, and then sysadmin experience as well. And that should be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, learned something from it, or I helped you a little bit in my ramblings. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Also, make sure to comment. If you want to, you can comment some ideas for videos, because I have a lot of ideas, but I just want to help people really.